Hey, good day, guys. It's Drew Holmes here. It's a beautiful day out here, and I'm outside the Regional Learning Alliance today for my monthly Vistage group meeting. And I know you guys have heard me talk about this Vistage group a lot. Vistage is an organization that you have to get invited into, or you have to have a friend refer you into the program. And what it's about is just having a group of high-level professionals. There's two types of groups. There's a CEO group, which is a high-level C executives that are in a group. It's usually business owners or CEOs of companies that come together once a month. And I think that group costs a little bit more. I'm not in that group. I'm in the key employee group, which is still C-level executives, a lot of times COOs, CIOs, different types of C-level executives as well, just usually not the CEO. So that group is the group I'm in, and you have to pay a chunk of money to be in it. But first of all, you got to get invited into it or referred into the group by a member. And then from there, you go through a pretty strict process to make it into the group. Now, the reason I bring this up to you guys is you can get into a number of mastermind groups, but they're not all created equal. You know how they say all people are created equal? All mastermind groups are not created equal. In fact, there's a wide range and variance between the different ones. And a lot of people are afraid to pay money for a mastermind group, and they want to be in the free groups. Let me tell you about free. Free is you get what you pay for. If you want, free food, it's probably not going to be that good. It's probably not going to be healthy for you. Probably not going to get that much of it. It's not going to be something that can sustain you. If you want free advice, it may not be that good of advice. But so let me think about this. Almost anything in life, if it's free, it's not going to be that good, or it's not going to last. So this group, you pay a substantial amount of money. You invest a sizable amount of time, one day, a full day, once a month, which for a very successful business person or high-level executive, that's a huge investment in time, huge. And it's not even just the time. It's something like $15,000 to $17,000 a year for the executive group, and I think $8,000 to $10,000 a year for the key employee group. So you have an opportunity to be around people that are willing to invest the same amount of money as you, and super, super smart people, and you get to meet these guys once a month, so you get very close to them. You start to, become personally involved with these people. You become friends with them, and honestly, you tend to trust them. And everybody that's in the group is from a different industry or different business. Nobody's competing against each other. So when we have a problem, we bring it to the group. And not only do you get outside perspectives from other people, but you get outside perspectives from other industries and people that aren't competing against you. So you're not giving away your trade secrets, but you're definitely getting very, very valuable insight into problems that you're having. So who do you go to when you have issues? Who do you call on? Do you have a group of people that you trust and know, and also are very committed to their success in their business? Why else would they pay $15,000 a year to get personally trained, unless they really believed in, the program as well as themselves? Because nobody invests $10,000 or $15,000 in themselves if they don't believe in themselves. That's probably the number one reason why people don't invest in sales training, is because they don't believe in themselves enough to get the value out of it. If they believed in themselves, then they would put the money into it. The one thing that my dad taught me, that out of many things that always stuck with me, is that you have to be putting investment into yourself. And one thing I learned about that is it's not something that you can ever take away from me. You can't take it away from me. If he were to give me money, I could get sued and lose it. Or, I might find some other way to squander it away. But if he teaches me how to sell, it's the same as give a man a fish, feed him for a day, or teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. That's the same thing. Learn business, learn sales, have some people that you can go to, because the training and the investment in the money and time that you put into this is going to pay itself back for the rest of your life. And anybody that you can transfer it to is also going to get benefit. So for example, if I learn something, I can share it with, my business partner, my dad, or I can share it with my son, or I can share it with my assistant. It's not just me that gets value, it's all of my employees and all of their families. Let's face it, if you're running a business, everybody's livelihood is on the line, and decisions you make matter a hell of a lot more when you're making decisions for 10 or 15 families, not just your own family. You have to do the right thing, and there's a lot of pressure involved with running your own business that a lot of people aren't willing to take on. But if you are willing to take on that type of opportunity and that type of commitment, then you better get some help, and you better have a group of people surrounded around you that can rally up and give you advice when you really need it. So think about that. Think about getting into a mastermind group in your area. And I don't know if it's going to be Vistage. Vistage is the #1 in my book. It's one of the best. I'm sure there's better ones out there, maybe for your particular industry or your business, but I've found Vistage to be one of the best globally as a mastermind that you can get involved with. And I'm sure if you look into it, you may be able to find out enough information about who runs the groups in your area and how you can get involved with that. You'll have to go through a pretty strict process of interviewing to get to the bottom of that. But look, drop me a like, drop me a comment, let me know what you guys are thinking. How does this relate to your personal business growth and development? Would you do a mastermind group? And if you're in one, would you be willing to pay to be in the group, or would this be something that you just want to go meet some people and make some contacts? So figure out what you want, and then go find a group that lends well to that. All right, I'll see you guys soon.